and welcome to Inner Circle Guidance. I'm picking up on a very strong energy that somebody is not over you. So I'm going to be doing a tarot reading about that today. But while I'm here shuffling the cards, for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I post new videos every single day. So let's find out what's going on with this person who is not over you. Okay. Wow. Okay, so this is very interesting. We have the Nine of Pentacles. So this is a card of standing very strong in your single energy, okay? This is somebody who's very successful on their own, someone who's very independent, someone who owns their power, who's very magnetic, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Charismatic. And so this is the way that your person is viewing you right now, the person that is clearly not over you. And they're jealous, okay? They're jealous of this energy that you have, and they think that you're better off without them. Let's see what else they are thinking right now here. Page of Swords. So they're definitely keeping your social media. They're keeping tabs on you in some way. Could also be through family and friends, could be through a secret account. But if you think that this person has lost interest or doesn't care, Page of Wands says otherwise. Sorry, excuse me. Page of Swords says otherwise. So, sorry, it just cracks me up because every time I get the Page of Swords, that's like all I can really think about half the time is that somebody's definitely peeping your social media or is thinking about texting you or thinking about communicating in some way. So sorry, it just cracks me up that you got this card when I'm literally asking about somebody who's not over you. So Page of Swords, they're not over you. We have the Six of Wands here. So you've been very successful lately. You may have gotten a promotion or maybe doing very well at work. Having a lot of creative ideas, a lot of victories. For some of you who may have moved out, that's you drinking water. I tell you every single time I do a video, he has to drink water, he has to eat, like without fail. Let's give him a second. And now the fountain's making the no, oh, it stopped. Okay. That's your everybody. He's giving me the weirdest look. He's like, what? Anyway, you are very successful. You may have gotten a promotion lately, or you may have, if you were living with this person, or maybe you were living even with a roommate and you're talking about moving in and you didn't, and you are now living by yourself. This person is just astounded by what you've been able to accomplish without them, okay? We have the Seven of Wands here. And so this card has to do with conflict, has to do with fighting battles. I feel like this person still has some negative emotions towards you. Could be certain things that they haven't forgiven or certain things that you said that are still replaying in their mind. Things that you said that maybe were right, but they didn't want to hear. And I'm hearing that that is kind of cycling through their brain. It is on their mind and it's pushing them to potentially want to reach out to you. Let's see if the next card I pull confirms that. Potentially. So it's King of Pentacles. So King of Pentacles is an action-oriented card. Pentacles cards and Wands card are more action-oriented. But I'm kind of getting more that this person is trying to remain grounded. They're trying to act unbothered. Act like everything that's going on with you, they're just kind of like, oh yeah, that's cool, you know, you do your thing, I'll do mine type of energy. They're trying to come across as somebody who's very stable emotionally and financially, but let's find out if that's truly the case, if they're really that financially stable, if they're really that emotionally stable, because from what I'm seeing from these previous cards, this is a facade. So let's see if there's any part of it that's actually true here. How are they really feeling underneath the facades? Okay, so they're holding on to what they have, terrified of losing what they have because they've already lost a lot. So I'm getting a very kind of stuck energy from that card. Interesting. We have the Queen of Pentacles here. So look at that. We have our divine counterparts. So it kind of sounds like to me they're trying to match your energy. So if you've been a little bit more indifferent, if you've been a little bit more focused on yourself, they're trying to act like they're doing the same. That's what I'm getting from this card. I will say that my personal interpretation of the Queen of Pentacles, though, can sometimes mean that you are still leading the other person. So I don't know if you've ever seen, like in the old cartoons where they have like the mule and they have like the carrot dangling in front of the mule, and it's like, come here, mule, like go this way or that way. That to me is the Queen of Pentacles sometimes, that energy of trying to lead somebody in the right direction or to make the right choice. So make sure that you're not doing that, because when you do that, you are creating an imbalance of energy between you and the other person. And you are creating an imbalance there between your relationship. And you need somebody who's going to step up on their own and be the person that they need to be for themselves and for you on their own without you leading them. So I do want to say that for those of you who are doing that, time to stop that, okay? Let's see what else we have here. We have the King of Swords. So I'm definitely getting that this person is thinking about trying to reach out to you in some way. Now, the King of Swords is a communication card. However, I will say that the King of Swords can be, in the most extreme, kind of like indifferent and maybe even a bit nasty. Not always, but sometimes with the Swords energies and the King of Swords, it can be more of a very overly direct energy. And I will say, with everything that's going on with the full moon this week, definitely be careful, because with Gemini, which is a communication type of zodiac sign, and the moon energies and what's going on with like the Mars retrograde and things like that, communication is going to come to the forefront. But this may be a overload of communication. For others of you, though, this could be major breakthroughs and conversations that you weren't expecting to happen. So just be leery, because this could go either way depending on where your current energies are at with what's going on astrologically. And that's unfortunately only something that you'd be able to figure out in a personal reading. Which, by the way, for those of you who have been asking, I am working on getting personal readings all set up on my website and things so that you can do that with me. I am still offering it, but it's just I don't have the website quite up yet. I'm still working on the development part of that. So that'll be launching here in the next few weeks, maybe sooner. So stay tuned for that. Let's find out what else we need to know about this whole situation here. Very resistant energy. So look at this. Like, I'm trying to push the cards together. They don't want to. So there's still some sort of resistant energy on their side. So let's find out what this resistance is about. What are they resisting? I feel like for some of you, this could be an apology, because I did just see, oh, wow, look at that. So I literally pulled, okay, so I just saw this card, shuffled it, and as I was talking to you, trying to tell you that I saw it, I split the deck, and we have this card and this card. So I was gonna say There may be an apology coming because I feel like there's some resistant energy. Maybe there's something that they did wrong. Could have also just been a lack of communication. This card doesn't always mean deception and lies and horrible, terrible things. Sometimes it just means there's a lack of communication or a lack of commitment there. So in its, I guess, least terrible side, it can just mean that. It can just mean that they weren't ready for whatever you had in the relationship at the time. And what's interesting is we have the 8 of Wands here, which has to do with communication. So there is going to be communication coming in. I will say, since we have the Page of Swords on the table, it could be through social media, could be directly through phone, through text. However, I do want to say, for those of you who do want to talk to this person, sometimes when you get signs from spirit, from the universe, that someone's going to communicate with you, it's not always the communication you necessarily want or expect. Okay, so don't get too overly hopeful in the sense that, like, I'm not telling you that this person's just gonna like wake up one day and be like, oh my god, I was a and I'm gonna come and apologize and be your knight in shining armor. I'm not telling you that. All I'm saying is that you are on this person's mind. They are not over you, and they are thinking about coming forward and communicating with an apology, but that doesn't mean that they'll actually act on it, okay? Actually, I kind of wanted to keep those out. Oh well, I'll find it later. I pulled the 8 of Wands back out, but I accidentally shuffled the other card, but that's okay. Let's get some final guidance here. So that could be the resistance. They could be going back and forth as well on whether or not they actually want to act on that impulse to apologize and communicate with you. I think after the full moon happens, it's going to be a very big indicative time of whether or not they're actually going to come forward. Will be around and right after the full moon, because that's when the energies of communication are going to be really heightened. Now, I will tell you, for some of you, though, this could be an angry message because the full moon does heighten emotions. So if this person is a jealous type of person or an angry type of person, when it comes to you, and maybe possessive, it could be something not so nice, something that's more like, of course, now you're going out and having such a great time, or now you look so happy, or something that's going to show you that they're jealous and upset with you. But I do want to say that's not the type of energy that you want if that's the way this person chooses to come forward, and that you should really think about that if that's the way they come forward with that type of energy, whether or not you really want anything to do with that, okay? Remember to keep your boundaries. Remember that your happiness is the most important thing, and that person needs to step up. Remember what I said earlier, needs to step up and be able to be the person that they need to be for themselves and for you on their own without you guiding them. Judgment. I'm sorry, my face gives away everything. This is why I don't always do readings with my face. Okay, so the Judgment card is literally making decisions. It's literal judgment sometimes. Can be karma, can be closing out of some sort of situation. So what I said about using your judgment, if this person chooses to come forward, if they choose to apologize, and how they choose to do that, how they choose to incite that communication, what that communication looks like, and the way they choose to communicate with you is going to be a big indication of where they actually stand with this situation. So for some of you, I am hearing that you're going to have to use your judgment on whether or not you think this person has grown, and if they're coming forward and wanting to reignite something with you, that you're going to need to use your intuition and your judgment and decide whether or not you want anything to do with this person, or you just want to, move on with your life on to bigger and better things. That is up to you. But I will tell you that your decision on how you move forward and how you react to this person and whatever communication they choose to come forward with is going to be the deciding factor on how things move forward in the relationship, if they move forward. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to stop the reading here because I don't want to get too predictive, because this is supposed to be a more general reading for the collective. However, Yeah, this person definitely isn't over you, that's for sure. So there's some of your answers. If this reading resonated with you, don't forget to like and comment on this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I post new videos every single day. And thank you for stepping into my circle. As always, may your life be full of light, abundance, gratitude, and I forgot what I usually say. Love. And as always, may your life be full of light, love, abundance, and gratitude. I'll see you next time.